Okay, so let's get started with interview section again. Okay, just forget what we did yesterday and we'll start with the scratch today. So what are the roles involved in interview stage? As you can see, the first one is of recruiter and hiring manager, who makes the decision on the job application BPs. Then the other one is the interviewer, who interacts with the candidates, take the interview and give back the feedback in terms of ratings and status. Then the third one is interview scheduler. This is the person who set up the interview. By setting up, I mean he sends the event notification to the candidate and to the interviewer as well. Then the fourth and the last one are the candidates who undergo interview. Okay, any doubts on this?
No.
Just okay. So these are the domains related to interview section. Okay. So first, what we need to do, we need to define the security groups that can access the interview information for these interview related domains. So these domains are for the recruiter and for the interviewer, both. Okay. It is for the recruiter to know some data regarding the interviewer, and similarly for the interviewer as well. Okay. So please make a note of all these domains. So before starting with the configuration of interview BP, we need to do certain tasks in the tenant. So there are some set of activities involved. The first task is of maintain interview scheduling setting. Interview scheduling, by that what it means? It means the setting up of a team for a particular job requisition. Okay. So for a particular job requisition, who all will be the interviewers and what kind of interview they will be taking. Okay, so what happened for this particular job requisition, the job application BP reaches the interview stage. Then automatically the interviewer, all these interviewers will get a notification that their task is coming up now. And all these interviews should be performed. Okay, so this is how we define how many number of interviews can take place for a particular job requisition. It also includes the competencies. Let's suppose for this particular interview type, which is in person, these values will be checked. And similarly, questionnaire is also attached over here. Then the second tab of this task defines what will be the earliest start time, latest end time, range of date, till which range this interview process will be stretched to conduct all the types of interviews for a particular job requisition. Okay, and we can also define the days on which interview can take place. Then what happens?
Shilpa,
Hmm?
yeah, I just want to just go back where you started showing us the set of interviews. So this is a task that we do before we are setting up the interview BP, right?
Yes, yes. This is the major task which set up the teams, the people involved in for a particular job requisition. And this particular
Okay, so
data
this is for
will
the
by default. Yeah.
okay. In the top of the slide, it says maintain interview schedule settings, and in the screenshot it says manage. So both are same, or is there any difference?
Okay, it's manage. It's manage.
Yeah, because I was trying to relate. Yesterday also you were mentioning about this task, so I was just checking.
Okay, I think there's a miss in this word while making the slide.
No problem.
It's
Yeah,
manage
no
interview
problem.
scheduling settings. Please
Yeah,
down
yeah. I
this.
think you showed some yesterday also. Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, this allows defaulting for interview teams, questionnaires, competencies, job requisition, and where this data will default, we will see. Okay. So this is the first task, and it is for all kind of interviews. By that, I mean interviews which are integrated with Outlook, Google Calendar, or manually. So that data for such kind of interviews, even that data is maintained in similar manner.
Shilpa, you told something like this, right? Saying this will be triggered while using in the business process. You told something like this, right? When will?
Yes.
What
Yeah,
did
yeah,
you
you
say?
will see that.
I
You
couldn't
will
hear.
see that. I've made these slides, you will see. We are going in sequence now. It will be clear,
Okay,
not like yesterday.
okay.
So here we give certain details. We don't tell them the exact dates. We just tell them for how long for this particular job requisition the interview stage will occur. Then if we select the checkbox over here, use same location or room. So one thing is very important is location or room. So what happens when we are integrating our interview process with Outlook or even Google Calendar? Then we consider the rooms. And what are rooms? Like in real time scenarios, we have conference rooms, right? Where we conduct the interviews and meetings and everything. So by room, they mean
Yes.
that. So you must have booked a room in your organization for a particular meeting. So that room is this room, okay? And the location. So location is something which we use when we are not integrating it with any calendar integration for our interview process. So it is like a real-time location in the organization, which is the office location.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then before starting, we have to also maintain the feedback ratings. So this is one-time activity and it is forever saved in Workday. Then maintain interview types. So these are in general three kinds of interview types which occur. Then we have to go to the edit tenant setup, recruiting task. Okay, and we have to select over here what kind of integration we would be needing. Okay, so I've selected none of the above, and if we select none of the above, we will get the options to select location types for interview scheduling. Okay.
Shilpa, I'm sorry to disturb you. Sorry, please.
No, please.
Before slide, I have a doubt. Can't we yeah, can't we remove this thing once it is added? Can't we remove even this thing?
No, I don't think so. We can remove it. We can make it inactive.
Inactive, yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, thank you.
We can add our own types of interview. Okay.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Shilpa.
So over here also, we cannot do anything. But over here, we can add, we can inactivate it. Then here we decide what kind of integration we would be needing. So location types are populated accordingly. Okay. These are the types, okay, not the actual locations. These are the types. Then configure interview business process. So these three tasks are the major tasks, okay, which comes. So the first task is of schedule. So what it means, schedule interview.
To schedule
In
the
this
interview
task,
and where it takes place.
yes, yeah. So here the interview scheduler will get a notification that now he has to send a notification or mail to the candidates and the interviewer that now interview will be conducted. So it's the responsibility of interview scheduler. Okay. So what happens if we are selecting none of the above type of integration? Then what he needs to do, he will send an email template prepared in Workday itself. We will see how that template is prepared. And if we have integrated it with Microsoft or Google Calendar, then we will go in Outlook and we will prepare a normal event. You must have prepared in Outlook, right? Kind of meeting or event. So the scheduler will do similarly while going into the Outlook. We will see how he will do as well. So what will happen while scheduling the interview scheduler will automatically get the details of the interview team for a particular job requisition and the questionnaires, competencies, and the type of interview defined. It will by default pre-populate from the manage interview scheduling settings, which we have seen as the first task. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically what happens in this step, interviewers who use Outlook or Google Calendar receive a meeting invitation, and for other interviewers, you can configure a custom notification on this business process. We can even add a custom notification on this step, which will give a notification to the interviewer. And also we can send a email template that we will see in the future slides. Okay. Then the second task is of manage interview feedback. Okay. So manage interview feedback, as the name suggests, it relates with interview feedback process. So it's a shared participation type of step. So two inbox items are triggered whenever a interview reaches this stage. So the first one is manage interview feedback itself is triggered. So what it does, it track the progress of interview. And by tracking what it includes, the feedback, the returning feedback to interviewer, rescheduling, initiating the next action steps. Such kind of manage activities may be triggered. And the second type of inbox item, which the recruiter will get. Okay, so all these types of two types of action items will be in the recruiter's inbox. So the second one is give interview feedback. So what will happen? So Workday will send the give interview feedback to the inbox of the recruiter. Okay, and the interviewer has to give his feedbacks and ratings to the Workday, and Workday will automatically give it to the recruiter.
So when this is when this action, this process step executes, first the notification will go to the interviewers, right? I mean,
Yeah.
because they did the interview, so they will give the feedback first. In the first step, manage interview feedback. No,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. No. It will include means this will only be triggered once the interviewer gives the feedback. Workday has the data stored, and when the step is triggered, as soon as the Workday has the interview feedback, he will give it to the recruiter.
Okay, but then when is the interviewer giving feedback? In which step? Maybe it is in the after the interview.
No. See over here, interviews from schedule interview step, Workday on. So
Yeah.
this step is triggered once the interviewer gives the data to the Workday, and it closes
Okay. But where
the
is
interview process. Okay.
Yeah, but then
that
I'm not able to connect the dots actually. When is the maybe the interviewer is giving the feedback after finishing the interview, right? In the skit. I don't know where is that. There should be a step in between, like between B and C. Or maybe there is some rule in one of these steps.
Okay, so just a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was manage interview feedback. So in this
Mm-hmm.
step itself, uh,
Okay.
the interview will give the data. In this step itself, it
Oh,
will give. So earlier,
okay.
what we
But then,
had rate feedback. Rate feedback
okay.
step was there. But now in the updated version, manage interview feedback is there, where in this step, whenever it is triggered, the interviewer will get a notification that now he has to give the feedback so that the recruiter can manage the interview feedbacks. Over here, only
Okay.
returning the feedback to the recruiter will take place in this step itself.
Okay.
And
So
then
this
the
step
manager
will
will,
collect the and it will give it to the
yes,
recruiter. That is what the step is doing.
yes,
Okay. Okay.
yes, and make interview decision. This is the last step. So one decision will be given by the interviewer in terms of feedback, okay? And one will be given by the manager to make the final decision, okay? So these three steps are majorly done. So the first step was a schedule interview. So Workday automatically populates the interview team from the manage interview scheduling task. Interview receives a meeting invitation or a notification. So meeting invitation in terms of Outlook or Google Calendar, notification for Workday integrated system. Then rate interview / manage interview feedback. So it initiates two inbox items. One is manage interview feedback. So this will in itself include taking the feedback from the interviewer and storing it in the Workday, and the recruiter getting the interview feedback as well. And he will make a track of all the interviews feedback. Okay. And if he wants to reschedule some interview, he can also initiate that. The recruiter can initiate that, and the interviewer will get a notification to again start the process of rescheduling. And the recruiter in manage interview feedback can also initiate the next step of actions. Then give interview feedback. So in this one, what will happen? So in this one, the recruiter will get a notification, inbox item, sorry, from the Workday, which will include the feedback from the interviewer.
So these two notifications will go only to the recruiter, right?
Yeah, recruiter and also the interviewer.
Okay.
That the Workday asks that now you have to give the ratings to the Workday
Feedback.
system.
Okay. So manage will go to both interviewer and recruiter, and give
And
interview
give interview
feedback will
feedback will
be
also
okay to
it will
both of
also
them.
go to interviewers. Yes.
Okay. So both of them, both will get both. Okay.
But Shilpa, how can a recruiter give the feedback? It's only the interview that gives the feed. who gives the feedback,
No,
right?
recruiter will get the feedback and interviewer will give it. And once he get the feedback, he has to manage it also.
Okay. So the manager will make a decision. Oh, sorry. Interviewer and
Hmm.
recruiter. Then who will make a decision, Shilpa? You said manager makes a decision, right? Is
Yeah,
it the
means in this
he?
BP, manager is there. Recruiter could also make the decision.
Okay. So according to what you said, in the first step, it should be interview scheduler, and in this second line, instead of recruiter, it should be interviewer, and then in the last step, it should be either recruiter or manager, right?
Yeah, the first one could be interviewer scheduler. This
Yeah.
one will be recruiter.
Recruiter or interviewer. Oh, will that be? Oh, here, so they did not mention the interview part, right? Interview step, right? Saying
By what?
interview will be conducted by the interviewer.
No, no. That they have not included. There's no such task. In scheduled interview itself, interviewer will get the notification. Over here,
Okay,
interview scheduler should be there. So by initiator, we indirectly mean interview scheduler.
okay. Yeah,
And here, recruiter is the security group present here. And we can also configure the participation. We will see in the tenant how it goes.
okay, Shilpa, thank you.
And over here, managers there, but we can also include hiring
Recruit.
manager or
Oh,
recruiter any.
okay,
And in some cases, even over here, manager could be possible.
okay,
It depends upon the organization.
okay.
So in order to integrate the interviews with Microsoft Outlook, we first have to click on this settings, edit tenant setup recruiting, and then it will take around 15 minutes to be integrated with Workday. And over here for this option, location type will be disabled. So we will be now dealing with rooms. Okay, so the next step is maintain interview rooms. This is the task. So the rooms are maintained only and only in the Outlook. So we have to sign in to the Outlook. So what interview scheduler will do, he will click on sign in and he will get an SSO from Workday on his email or mobile or whatever, and then he will log into the Outlook. Okay, and then schedule the interview event in the Outlook. So you will need to either have admin access. So interview scheduler should have admin access rights. Uh, okay, and he should have Office 365 account. Not he means his role should have Office 365 account or admin's credential to complete the setup. Okay, so this is very confidential. So client generates generally 1 or 2 credential sets and it is used throughout the project. Okay, so what I did, I clicked on sign in and then I created one additional Outlook account and it gave a message in my Outlook that it is awaiting for the admin access. So I won't be getting that access, but this is how Workday generates. Workday produces SSO every time, even if the interview scheduler has the credentials. So interview scheduler goes into the Outlook and he can see the attendees, whether they are available or not based on the time range. He can schedule the interview accordingly. Okay, add a room. So this option is only present when Office 365 is chosen. And in that also, it must have the feature of creating room list distribution group. It should be installed in Outlook. Only then the rooms will be visible. And once this Outlook is installed, Workday and Outlook emails get synced. So rooms are created only in Outlook. And we have seen, right, in the starting slides, while managing the scheduling activities, it asks for location or rooms. So that rooms list comes up only and only when the syncing is there. And all the rooms will get reflected in Workday accordingly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now he can schedule interview. So he can tell call with Cindy Soros. So she's the organizer. So date is given, the time zone is given, and this particular candidate names are also given. Organizer is given, event title is given, rooms are over here. We can add them, we will see how it is added. Means what kind of rooms get added. So we have an option over here, move to assessment. Okay. So even this particular interviewer will be given the option to give his ratings, and he can also even decide, not decide on hold, but he can means give his feedback whether he should be moved to assessment or not. Means move to next stage basically. But a candidate is only moved when the recruiter in the job application BP makes the decision. So these are the various calendars invites. One is for HR and benefit meeting. So this is the candidate, this is the person, this is the room. Okay, so generally here conference rooms number are written. Then technical assessment is another event. Then hiring manager interview, the time and the details. So such kind of triggering of, means reminders, such kind of reminders are given to the candidate and to the interviewer as well.
Okay.
So this is a screenshot of 2018. Okay, so this particular feature of integrating with Outlook is still improving in Workday because Microsoft integrated with Workday a few years back only. So this is a very old screenshot I was able to get. So this is the interviewer. So over here, interview scheduler is preparing the event in Outlook. So link to candidate profile he will give. So all this data, start and time, now we are able to give it. Earlier, the interview scheduler used to send like this. Location room 305. So over here, room should be there, not location. Then interview type. It's a very Now, when you connect Workday to your company's Office 365 Outlook, you'll be able to check attendees availability, book rooms at your office, and update events all within Workday. By all within Workday, they mean you will log in Workday, sign into your Outlook account, and such kind of interface will come for the interview scheduler. Okay.
So I have one question, Shilpa.
Mm-hmm.
Will the implementers do the scheduling of interviews, or this is like bit of the recruiters?
So we have to proxy as interview scheduler. We implementers
okay.
we have to proxy and behave as interview scheduler and check whether he's able to get all these options in Outlook. So, day, week, and I will show how interview schedule makes the changes in Workday as well. So there's a task for it. So just note down time zone is there. It is a very simple thing, like in Outlook, how event is created. Okay.
Wow.
So schedule interview meetings invite. for no integration with any third-party calendar system. So this is the, this is the task. We select the candidate. We know interview scheduler selects it. Then over here, he has to give these details. So in DPT2, no candidate was available. No data was, I was not able to edit it because I was not able to find the interview scheduler security group. But this is how the template looks like. So all these options are similar to these, right? Time zone, week, everything.
Shilpa, I have one doubt, Shilpa.
Mm-hmm.
The same things we even do in the first task you have shown, right? Manage interview schedule settings.
Yeah. So in
Where,
that we did for a particular job requisition. For a
oh, that
particular.
is like a fixed data. For this requisition, this process will happen and this may happen.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And what about this?
So this is for like interview scheduler is going into the Outlook and creating event, right? So for a particular candidate, this will be the, this is how he will, schedule the event. So a
Okay.
candidate must be related to a particular job application, right? And that job application must be connected to a job requisition, right? And we have maintained for that job requisition what all will be the interviewers, what will be the location. I don't think so. We have said, but interview type we have said. So some data will pre-populate also.
Okay, yeah. I got it. It's just like a record. It will just copy the data from there and then give the records according to the candidates based
Yes, yes.
on that. Okay, yeah.
Based on job requisition connection.
Okay, yeah. I got it, Shilpa. Thank you.
So this is the task of creating email template. So in Outlook, the event reminder notification will be given in the inbox of the candidate's Outlook. Okay, but syncing with the Workday will also take place for the interviewer. Okay, and for candidate, his Outlook account will be synced with Workday. Is it so? Do you think it will be synced to Workday?
No, because for that we need to, I mean, it can only happen when we have used Microsoft Outlook or Google.
Okay, let me frame it again. So interviewer will be having his Workday account definitely, and he will be having his Outlook account also. So once he get notification in Outlook account, will it be visible in Workday account also for him?
I think no, it is just sent through the Outlook email. I think.
Yeah, the email in his Outlook actually.
He will not get the pop-up. He will not get the invitation pop-up in Workday, but his emails will be stored, will be synced. Okay. So what we
Yeah.
are creating,
Yeah.
we are creating an event, right? We are not sending email.
Yeah.
Okay, we are creating event for the interview, you are saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it will be visible in his calendar. Now over here, if third party is not installed, we are creating email template. So, candidate will have his uh, sort of home account created in Workday for a particular company, right? He will have it
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
Yes. Yes. When he was
Okay.
applying the job. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So this kind of email template will be gone to his Workday account since no third party is involved. And from Workday only, the interviewer scheduler will send. We'll see. Just a second. So email template name is higher start. Email template behavior interview scheduling. create email template. So such kind of template will be there. We can add static, dynamic. So we can include candidate URL. Okay. Email notification. What kind of notification will be given? Channel through email, and immediately it should be given. So this is a different task and this is a different task. Just a second. Okay, so create email template, we'll click on OK, and it will, create a email sort of thing, which will include candidate URL and any static content. This will go to the interviewer. Okay, and this is the setup kind of thing which is done in the tenant when we want the communication to be done through email and immediately. And the task for it is edit tenant setup notification. So we will go to the recruiting section and we will apply a rule of email notification. Sorry, this slide came first. So this email notification rule is this only, that through email the communication will be made for the interviewer and the candidate. So this should be the second slide, this should be the first one.
Okay, so that is also the part of tenant setup, Shilpa.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, I got
So this is the task what we have to configure once the third party integration is not involved. So then what kind of communication will be there? So we have to mention it, email notification. And this is how we are configuring this rule through email. Then we'll click on OK. Just a second. So what will happen? We'll go into the tenant and see for this. Okay, we need to create a notification routing from there. So the particular template will be given daily, immediately. That needs to be decided. So such kind of notifications are there in the tenant. Notification routing rule for active candidates. The home account. Interview schedule communication. Okay, so this is how setting is done, and through create, maintain interview schedule task, which we have seen, the scheduling of interview takes place. And when the time arises, the required interviewers will get the notification. In this candidate interview scheduling, both the candidate and the interviewer will get the notification through email. So is the interview process clear? Let me check it.
Group spelling was wrong.
Okay, the security group is not there. Maybe they haven't defined it. We can include any kind of routing. So this is a segment-based security group where managers will get the access of viewing the interview details questionnaire and offer stage questionnaire. So what in this tenant we will be able to do, we will be able to configure the BP, okay, maintain the interviewer's detail for a job requisition, and we will be able to do some settings, right? Create a template, email template. That's it, because security group is not present. And Outlook integration is also not possible. Okay. So, any doubts in the interview section? Do you want me to revise it once again?
No, it's okay. For me, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also fine. Shilpa. It's clear now.
Okay. I think you had doubt in the configure second BP, right? You're clear on that? This one?
Yeah.
Mm,
This was
I
like,
think, yeah, can you explain only this part again, Shilpa?
yeah.
Okay. We should. Let's see if any detail is there. So what manage interview feedback step does First, it leads to triggering of manage interview itself, where to track the progress of interview. Just for feedback, turn feedback to interview. Scheduling and actions. Okay, so generally 4 activities take place. One is track the progress of interview. So who is supposed to do that?
Recruiter.
Workday. Oh, okay.
Okay. So for sure, a recruiter will get a notification for all these tasks, but interview scheduler progress the interview. We make sure that everything is going fine and as per the time. Okay.
Okay.
And the feedback part means the existing feedbacks which are present in the system. The recruiter slash sometimes interview scheduler make sure that those are maintained, managed properly, and they are regularly checked, and actions are taken based on the existing feedbacks. Then returning feedback to interviewer. So who can do that?
What is the question, Shilpa? Who
I mean to say, who is going to do returning feedback to interviewer? Who is going to do that?
same, right? I mean, scheduler
Scheduler.
slash recruiter.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, correct. Then rescheduling only
But
interview
Shilpa,
scheduler can
how is
do.
it, Shilpa? I just made a guess regarding that. Why will a scheduler return feedback to the interview?
So this will be taken by the candidate. Okay, sometimes some companies ask from the feedback of candidate also. So interview scheduler will give
Oh,
the
okay.
feedback of the candidate to the interviewer.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Then rescheduling. If certain issue is there and interviewer tells that we can reschedule it, then interview scheduler will do this activity. Okay. But the recruiter will definitely get the email notification of everything. He will be able to see all these activities. Okay. So if certain issue interviewer tells and he tells that rescheduling should be done, interview scheduler will be rescheduling, but the recruiter will also be notified. Then initiating next action step. This is done mostly by the recruiter. Okay, so it's kind of a shared participation type of step. That's why a lot of people are getting involved, but recruiter is tracking the progress of each and everything over here.
Okay. I got it now.
Then the second one is give interview feedback. So as the name suggests, give interview feedback. So interviewers will add ratings and comments and provide feedback about the candidate to the Workday. And Workday sends the give interview feedback task to the inbox of security group defined on the security policy, that is the recruit. So what happens in this? Interviewer add ratings, comments, and providing feedback about the candidate to Workday. And what Workday does, Workday sends to
So, Shilpa, earlier when we were covering this particular stage, you mentioned that in the manage interview, this is the place where the interviewer gets the
he gives the feedback.
like giving the feedback, confirm.
Yeah, so over
He will
here
give the
also,
feedback. Yeah.
yeah, so he will give the feedback over here also.
Yeah.
But the notification to the recruiter will be given in the form of this task, give interview feedback. Means recruiter will get an email with the subject line, give interview feedback. Okay, and in that he will have all the feedbacks present. So in this, rescheduling is also what? Giving the feedback, right? That something occurred and again we have to reschedule.
Yeah, basically moving like to the next step or something.
Yeah, initiating the
Progress.
next.
Yeah. Okay.
So in both the steps, the involvement of interviewer is there. But officially, the official task which recruiter gets in the inbox is give interview feedback. So in that, the Workday will define what all ratings and comments the interviewer gave.
Okay.
Right.
Is it still confusing? I know.
It's fine for me.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So the next set of topic we have is of offer BP.
Shilpa, yesterday you told there is an activity we are going to see that in Workday. Are we not seeing it today?
For interview,
Yeah.
actually I just checked, a lot of issues are there in this training tenant. So not able to see the access.
Okay.
So I will be giving you one activity tomorrow for the interview chat, which will include everything can be prepared in this tenant. Okay, and it is based on the activities only. So let's see. So let's start with the offer business process now. So what happens in offer business process? First of all these domains are taken into consideration. It is more related to the compensation part. Okay, so this offer business process, the security groups which are involved, they they are sort of very confidential, because very confidential data is discussed in this business process. So that's why generally segment-based security groups are created for this segment. Edit domain policy. So these are the domains in which that segment-based security group is added. So the first one is candidate offer initiation. Who can initiate this BP? Offer initiation business title. Who can make changes in offer initiation business title? Then who can do the offer initiation weekly hours? So I need to check the definition of this in the workday. One-time payment offer. Who can see the details for one-time payment offer step in the BP? Then stock grant. This is also one step in the BP. Who can see the details for this? Who can be the participant for this step in the offer BP? Then manage candidates. So these are the domain names which are involved in offer BP. So the first domain is who will be able to initiate this offer BP. That security group should be added. These are the domain names which are involved in offer BP. So please go through it, each and every domain, see what it means in the tenant. Okay. Then there are specifically some business process security policies which should be definitely updated, because these are the steps involved in the offer BP. So the first one is proposed compensation offer employment agreement. This is a business process in itself. So security group should be attached. Our segment-based security group for offer should be attached here. Then request one-time payment offer. So this is also one of the step of the offer BP. So for that, security group should be attached. Request stock grant offer. So you can see over here, a lot of compensation related details will be discussed. So this is a sort of very confidential step. Okay. So first of all, we need to create segment-based security group, and we have to attach that group with the candidate data offer questionnaire. So what I gave in the activity is to prepare, is to give the manager and recruiter access of all the questionnaires, right? In every step.
Yeah.
Okay, but that is not the ideal way. So for offer, generally recruiter and manager doesn't have it. The general recruiter and managers who are involved in all the process. Okay, so we have to create our own segment-based security because these questionnaires will include the compensation-related details. The response for this questionnaire will be very confidential. That's why it's not given to everybody. Then maintain offer and employment agreement status. So this is one task involved. Let me check.
You can set the status option there, right? That is what this task.
Yes, means after the discussion, what will be the status?
Outcome. Yeah.
So there are various status. We'll see what are those.
Shilpa, meanwhile, I'll ask a small doubt. Is every training tenant the same way? Because we were not able to perform many tasks like integration with Outlook and all, right? We are not able to see the interview scheduler, security group, and so on. So we are not able to do many tasks, right?
Yeah, I'll try to create security groups. But no, this is not for everyone. This Outlook integration is nowhere. is not possible in DPT2. It is totally client based because clients give the
Okay.
credentials. They give the credential, we cannot. So it is not part of any DPT2 tenant. Regarding the security groups, interview scheduler, I will try to build a security group over here and see if it is possible.
Okay.
Yeah, but this tenant has very limited access. That's
Okay. So is it fine, Shilpa? Because I don't know, I was little afraid because no proper like complete view of the things is not happening, right? That's what I'm afraid of. Is that fine?
Yeah,
Can you
generally what happens in interview, when you go into the interview,
okay.
what they ask is for the concepts. Are you aware of this concept or not? What is the flow after this? So
Okay.
every concept you should be aware of. And regarding the activities, at the end of the course, you will get one whole flow activity.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Shilpa, this answers. At least I'm relieved now. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I can understand in the certification they have proper format of the question and the flow, but that is the certification also, and this is just discussion of the concepts and everything, but you will be getting at the end of the session also and in between as well.
But we
Just
No, but we did not do any certification. That was a training from Cloud Foundation only.
Yeah, the same in a similar way.
okay, you are not certified then. Okay.
No.
No, that is what we meant. I mean, we are doing so we did HCM training with Cloud Foundation, and now we are
Okay.
doing recruiting workday training now with Cloud Foundation.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is what we meant in the beginning, yeah. So that is
Okay.
why we wanted to ask, is this the issue with all the tenants, training tenants from any company, like not just the Cloud Foundation, or is it like
Yes. Yeah, I think this DPT2 tenant for training outside the partnered firms, uh, it's the issue everywhere. Even in my organization for DPT2 tenant, lot of things are not there. For HCM certification, I think the steps and security groups and everything is there. You can create support. All the tasks are there, the general tasks. But
Yeah.
this, even if you go for compensation or anything like that, over there also there might be some tasks not visible.
Okay.
But I'll try to show you everything through my own client's tenant, if it's
Okay,
possible.
Shilpa, thank you so much.
No, no, I want everything to be cleared. I know it's a
yeah.
very big lag. I will ask for this update of the tenant if possible.
Thank you.
Okay. So if you'll go for an interview, and if you say you have around greater than 2 years of experience and you are HCM certified, so the kind of questions they will be asking is like, what's the difference between validation and condition rule? What are roles and security groups? And what all, why do we strip BP on the SOPOG? Such kind of questions they might ask. Okay,
Okay.
the concept-based things are done. Flow should be.
Yeah.
So over here, they have given certain statuses which can be given after the offer discussion. We can also have some other status like verbal offer extended. Then we can have negotiating verbal offer declined. Then accepted verbal offer. Then there are some other like written offer extended. Such kind of statuses can be defined. Okay. So over here, only propose compensation offer, employment agreement, and make offer decision is there. But we have two others as well. Request one-time payment, request stock grant. So it discusses a lot of compensation components. The stock grant, one-time payment, and everything is a part of compensation, which is already defined when we are creating the job requisition. So in job requisition, job profiles are set, right? And in job profile, it is mandatory. It is a very good practice to give the compensation details there as well. So when this BP is triggered, the particular security group will be given the compensation details as well. He will have the details as per the job profile which is attached. You are aware about job profile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all
Yes.
those details are defined over here. And segment-based security group is also added. We can add anything over here. So do you know the difference between validation and condition rule? It's a very common question asked.
Not validation. I know what is condition
Yeah.
rule.
Even I know what is condition rule. Validation, here are we talking about EIB's integration?
No, no, no. They
Yeah,
are
validation.
simply a
No.
rule. They are rule. So what are validation rules? Validation rules are attached to the initiation step always to get into a BP. Okay, and it is applied similarly as we do for condition rule. But condition rules are applied to some other steps other than the initiation step. Condition rules are for a particular step and validation is for the whole BP. Means that BP will be triggered on the basis of what rule it will be decided in the validation part.
Okay, I got you, Shilpa.
Okay. So what are role-based and user-based security groups?
Yeah, yeah, we know that.
Okay, you know that. Okay. Let me ask something else. Like, okay, just tell me, all workers in a supervisory organization must be assigned to the same company? True or false?
False.
False. False.
Correct. And next question, if a worker changes the positions, any roles assigned to them will follow them to the new position?
No.
Correct.
No.
New one will be assigned.
No.
Then how are
Yeah.
workers included in a location hierarchy? How are workers included in a location hierarchy?
They are not, right?
Based
Means how?
on their
Means if it is a business
organization.
site, do you want me to answer this?
Yeah, please answer. Any.
Means if a location is mentioned as a business site, then we can hire. Right?
Okay. Okay.
That's it.
Based on the park, yeah, the
Okay,
organization they're attached to.
okay, so what happens? A worker is always attached to a location, right? So by default,
Yeah,
a location hierarchy is also created side by side when members hierarchy is created. So that's why they are part of location hierarchy also. Okay. And
Okay.
which organization types group worker based on tax ID? Which organization type
company,
groups?
Companies.
Yeah, awesome.
company.
Awesome. Yeah. So what all changes we can do on a SOPOG? What all changes?
Create a subordinate, assign a superior, and divide the organization.
Yeah, absolutely
Assigned
correct.
role. Yeah,
Yes. Inactivate organizations.
Yeah, inactivated. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And
inactivate, yeah.
one more. What is the primary organization structure within Workday?
Tuporg.
For
So such kind of questions are generally discussed, okay? If you are HCM certified.
Okay.
okay.
And Shilpa, for the question you asked, how do you strip a business process? I did not. Can you explain? Can you say the question and answer as well?
Okay, so I meant why we strip the business processes on a particular SOPOC. Why we do that? Like why we, for even creating a position, right? We go to the business process and sorry, SOPOG. Let me search
Related
for SOPOG.
action.
Yeah, related action, and then
We will go to business process
Great.
and then go for create link or copy the definition.
yeah, why we do that? Why can't we create it another way?
Another way means directly from the search tab. Why can't we edit? You are saying?
Yeah, means why in this way, stripping way, you know, what happens in a SOPOG, why we attach a particular VP like create position, edit position when it is already there in the system, the default definition is present. Why we strip it?
Oh, to
Because
meet
you
our
want to attach
requirement.
to that particular support.
Okay, but default definition is there, and if a person does something, he can be attached to that default definition. Why then we do it on support? We do it because if we want
Right,
certain
yeah,
steps
support.
to be removed, if we want to make our BP on our particular client's
Customize.
requirement, customize. That's why
Yeah,
we
yeah,
strip it, right? Otherwise,
yeah,
if
right.
a particular if a particular feature will take default definition, then all the steps will be executed, which are not
Yeah.
of our importance.
Yeah, we
That's
can
why you
make
want to do
changes
that.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also we
Mhm.
have the option if we don't have the SOPOG details and we want certain actions to be conducted. In the default definition itself, we can create a rule. Means what BP will be triggered on what
Yeah, yeah,
basis. We can do it like that.
Oh, okay. Like
yeah,
a
yeah.
validation rule, you are saying?
No, this is not a validation. This is rule-based BP. Let me show
Okay.
you.
Okay.
I've shown you this. This is a very nice job. No, not job application. Hire.
No default definition for hire is there, I think.
Okay, it's okay. We are not supposed to discuss that as well. Just wanted to give a tip. And can subordinate have their own BP and superior support can have their own BP?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are based on some condition rule. Let's suppose if
Definitely.
a person is hired with a location XYZ, so this particular BP or definition will be triggered. So we can attach this as well. Let's suppose if this BP on which we are making changes is default BP, okay, which is triggered when nothing is stripped. Okay, then
Okay.
within the default definition itself, within default definition, we can give a particular rule. And if that rule is satisfied, then this particular definition will be triggered.
Oh, wow. Good.
Yeah, I think we showed this one, right?
Yeah,
When we had a doubt uh,
yeah, this
on
is
the
also.
rule-based,
Mhm.
same thing.
This
Yeah.
is, yeah, I was asked this
Okay.
question in interview, and it's a very good concept.
Yeah. This is new for us actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
very interesting
such
as
yeah, so such kind of questions are asked, concept based. So you should know the concept of each and every topic. Generally in BP. For HCM certified people, questions related to BP are very common. Can we do the routing? And if we are doing some routing, then what all options we can add? Like we have maintain advanced routing, right? So we did some routing in our job application also, right? Why we did it?
Yes.
yeah,
Why we
to
did it?
automatically decline or advance the stages.
Yeah,
Going to
yeah.
the next year.
Yeah, so this is a very important area for the job interview question. Very important area. Advanced routing. Are you aware about it? When we can include initiator, prior approvers, everything.
Not much. Uh,
Yeah, we just know
I don't think so. We have
point, I
covered
think. Yeah,
this.
that's all.
Yeah.
That is very a drop in the ocean.
Sorry? Oh,
No,
drop
this
in
we
ocean.
should.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so questions from this part are very important. It's important. For recruitment, I'll tell you, we will have regular interview question sessions.
Thank you,
Okay.
Shilpa.
That is the most important. That's why I'm making you aware about every concept. That's the you won't be asked anything like any project implementation experience, what you did. You won't be discussing the whole flow, what all you did. They will be going into the tenant and asking what happens after this, how you can do this task. Okay, like such kind.
Okay.
And then where were we? We were discussing the offer BP, right?
Do they
So tomorrow,
prefer people with no experience and only training experience?
see now what is happening? They don't care much about the certification. They care about the knowledge. Okay. So
Oh,
company like Accenture is taking non-certified people, but if they have the experience, they are taking it. So you should be
okay.
aware about the concepts.
No work experience also, or like no implementation experience?
Implementation is what? Implementation is doing this configuration only.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
Like
you
for
can tell.
example,
Mhm.
we don't have any experience, right? We are just doing the training and we want to get into the like,
Okay.
industry.
Okay.
So
Okay. Sure. So like, there are some companies like Alight or Apiro who just ask for the knowledge. Even Accenture is hiring in a very good speed for the workday people. Yeah.
okay.
So you can start giving the, you know, build, prepare. I will tell you how you can build it.
Okay,
So you
sure.
have to mention each and everything. Like you will mention experience in recruitment module and worked on following action items. So you will include each and every concept also. Worked
Okay.
on job application, evergreen requisitions, BPs. No one
Okay.
will ask what is the domain involved in this particular offer BP. Nobody is going to ask that. How you can do it, how you will be able to define the status.
Okay.
We've discussed that at the end. So configure BP. So these three are the major steps. Segment-based security groups should be present for offer-based BP in general. And you don't give offer questionnaire response access to any other recruiter or manager generally.
Okay.
Okay. So the report section is also asked. So in the interview, you have to only mention those topics. Since you are HCM certified, means and you have taken the training, you don't have to mention each and every topic. Like I know about reports also, and I know about positions, BPs, and SUPOG, and organization type. No, if you are not confident, don't say anything on that topic. I generally don't take the name of report section in my interviews at all because that in itself is a very big module. So the safer one is the business process, oppositions, creations, support, locations, hierarchies, and organization types, everything like that. You're aware, you must have done some compensation related activities also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compensation is also a very good topic. In that, you generally
Yeah.
have grade profiles and
Yes.
Yeah.
eligibility rules.
Yeah.
Then different type of plans are there. So what
Yeah.
kind of plans you have discussed?
Salary plan.
No plans we
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was not like the compensation. Compensation is a different module, right? So I'm saying that we have not covered that here. It was just like
But
some
we have
plans,
covered
bonus
salary
plans,
plans, allowance plans, and we,
allowance, yeah.
we made them as packages, compensation packages.
Yeah, were they defaulting for you?
Yeah, yeah, they were
In the
defaulting, and we were creating eligibility rules also. Yes.
okay. Okay. Then advanced routed questions are very important. Then, so can we move worker if hired in a wrong SUPOC? Can we move him to another SUPOC?
Yes,
Okay.
because we did that in one or
Yeah,
two
yeah,
projects.
I think we can do it. Yes.
We were
Okay.
doing some project and we hired someone like by mistake or the wrong support, and we had to
Okay.
move.
Okay. But that is not an ideal way. Okay. What you need to
Yeah,
do,
it's not
you
an
need to,
ideal way. Yeah, we are also told that. Yeah.
Figured
yeah,
out.
you have to
Figured out, yeah.
inactivate it. Yeah, correct. Then there are three types of security group: workday delivered, user-based, role-based.
Role-based and
Right?
process maintained.
Okay, process maintained. Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Then what is the third group?
Workday delivered. Workday delivered.
Work, yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh,
for
the
hired
group name
terminated.
itself is Workday Delivered Security Group.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then difference between position and job. Very major question. What is the difference between a position and a job?
a position means if we are creating a position in a SUPOG, it should undergo through several approvals for that to be created and posted, whereas I think job is not that case.
Position
It's
is
not
where,
case.
yeah, position is where we hire a person actually. We
Mhm.
create a position and we hire someone there. And
Mhm.
job is like a description of what we want to hire.
Yeah, exactly. Correct. So position is the name and job is the description of roles and responsibility. And there is difference between staffing strategy for position based and job based also. I was asking about what is the difference between position and job. So yeah, you said it correctly. Okay, then staffing strategy is very different. Can we change the staffing module after creating the super?
Only
Before
before we start
the
hiring.
hiring
After
process,
we
we can
start
do that.
hiring.
Very nice,
Yeah.
very nice.
Actually, our trainer
So
was very good.
yeah, okay, that's nice. Can we move a person to a different support with different staffing module?
Staffing model, you said?
Yeah, staffing model.
Move a worker.
I don't know about this.
No, we
Maybe
cannot.
yes.
No. If we are
Uh,
moving a worker, then the staffing model of the next set of support should also be same. You cannot move from job to position and from position to job.
Okay, yeah, it's true. Logically, it's true.
because
Yeah.
correct, because when we were moving, I think it showed somewhere the
Yeah.
that other super staffing model it asked for it. I think that's what I remember.
Okay. So how you delete a support if you have made it in a wrong way?
Inactivate?
I think we can just inactivate it.
Yeah.
Inactivate, yeah.
Yeah.
We can't just like the delete a superb from the what do you say
Yeah.
workday.
Yeah. Okay. And what are custom labels?
Do you mean custom
Those like
documentation?
to redefine those
Yeah, means
labels
if a
actually.
worker, means if a particular person doesn't want to have a particular terminology, then we can change the label. Fine.
Yeah.
Similarly, sentences are there. Matrix management, are you aware about this?
Sorry, Shilpa, I did not understand the custom label. What is it for actually?
Custom labels is similar to renaming.
Yeah, we
Means
can
if we want
Oh,
a particular terminology to
like we
change.
use like we use in reports, right? In when we are making a report,
okay,
Mhm.
we
overriding the label name.
overriding, yeah, that same thing, custom.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
And matrix management?
Matrix management, are you asking about a report or organization?
No,
Organization.
just the concept. Anything you know about matrix management?
Yeah, if an employee needs to work under two managers when he's working on two projects,
Yeah,
then I
Mm-hmm.
think this matrix organization comes into picture.
Yeah, correct.
cross-functional basically.
Yeah, means like, for example, if I've moved to some other project and during my cycle feedback, the previous manager is also taken into consideration, right? So it is forming a matrix-like structure. The previous manager is also given the importance because we will be asking the feedback, and my current manager is definitely of importance. So that is an example. So you did your training very well.
Really,
Yeah, that's
Shilpa?
what I
Do
mean.
you really
Training
think?
trainer was actually good. Trainer was very, very good actually.
Why it's HCM basic certification. No, you will get to know very limited knowledge about every part. Once you go into a
Yeah,
particular module, you do advanced certifications, only
Correct.
then you will get to know.
we
Yeah.
will get to know. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like
Only
my favorite part is compensation. My
Oh,
favorite part is compensation. I really like doing it. There's a lot to learn in it. Yeah. Recruitment is also nice, but that is very nice. Okay, just tell me when roles are not inherited. Generally,
your
when we
voice
create
was
subordinates, Okay, I want to know when roles are not inherited. Generally, when we prepare subordinates, all the roles get inherited, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why, when they are not inherited?
If the subordinates have already some people assigned to them, then it won't get inherited.
I think when we are
And
creating an organization, there is something, that's what I remember.
and there
We
is
have
also a setting where we can set the access to organizations
Okay,
where
so
we
roles
roles
are
and
assigned.
yeah,
So, Mhm.
we are creating roles and security groups. There it asks for the option, right? You want the every all the roles to be inherited or not.
Hmm. Okay, so roles are assigned to a position, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and what if the positions are unfilled?
Uh,
It doesn't matter
Then
whether they are filled or not filled. Role is assigned to a position.
correct.
So even before, when we are recruiting a particular person, he knows his role in the organization, right? So it doesn't matter
Correct.
whether it is filled or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, so we can edit the position as well, right?
Yes, yes, we can.
And we can edit the position restrictions also, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
we can.
yes.
Give me an example of edit position. Any example?
Um, I mean,
In
we
the
have created positions and
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
um,
So what happened for edit position? Let's suppose there is a person, Logan, okay, and she's working in San Francisco, and she's under, let's suppose, senior HR partner position. Okay, she's working for that position. So now her position restrictions are location is San Francisco and job profile is HR partner, right?
okay,
yeah.
Okay, and now Logan is transferred to New York and she moves with Will,
okay,
and she's not, transferred by the company, she moves by Will. So now her job profile will be similar, HR partner, but her location will change to New York, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
So what edit position will do? It will change the employee data.
okay,
It will change the position data.
location, yeah.
Okay.
So Shilpa, are you saying it will change the details of a person or it will change the restrictions of the position?
So back in San Francisco, okay, that particular position will be vacant. Okay. So
Oh,
no change in the position restriction. But
okay.
there's change in the position of Logan. Her location has changed. So her
Yeah.
position details have changed. But the position restriction is still same. That is of San Francisco.
Okay, the position becomes vacant, you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So now, can you think of a example for edit position restriction? Now it will be like if Logan
Mm.
got moved to New
Yeah,
York
she has,
by the company,
yeah.
yeah. So now the position restrictions will change.
True.
Oh,
And
okay.
what is the difference between closing a position and freezing?
Closing means permanently closing it, whereas freezing means it is temporarily freezed, and then we may require the position again in the future.
Hmm. Okay, fine. Okay, you have any idea about compensation elements?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what are they?
Base, fixed, bonus, base pay, bonus, allowances.
Hmm.
Majorly it is fixed and base, right? And on top of that, there is like extra bonus or extra components are there, allowances or something.
Correct. So what compensation element does? It makes a bridge between compensation plan and earning code. By earning code, I mean the payroll. Okay.
Yeah, true.
Then, so salary is the base pay, right? We generally keep salary as the
Yeah,
base pay.
as the
Yeah.
correct in Workday. Yeah, right.
Hmm. Then what kind of BP steps are there?
For
Means their approval, actions, to do.
Consolidated
Any
approvals,
initiation.
approval chain.
What is approval chain?
Approval chain means when
When
there are 2 or 3 people in the sequence who should say, means when manager accepts it, again it should go to the senior manager in the office.
yeah,
So in that case, we will make a approval chain. Is
Mm-hmm.
it?
yeah,
Okay.
consolidated approval chain, then
Yeah, that is
completion
also
step.
there. What is that? What is that? Consolidated approval chain.
Maybe if it's like 2 or 3 groups of approval chains are there, then they will consolidate. The BP will consolidate the approvals together.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
For
so how we
example, if it's
create
like
role-based systems?
yeah, for
Yeah,
example, if like top management, like 2 3 people are there, and then there are some managers are there, some HR VPs
mm-hmm.
are there. So it's like they're bringing all those approval chains together in one step.
Okay. Yeah. So very nice, very nicely you have done the training. I will come up with no advanced level questions now, but you have done very well. Then
Thank
any
you.
idea about find worker report?
Sorry,
Find
Standard. Oh, I think
find.
voice is breaking actually for me.
I'm saying what a find worker report do?
Find worker.
Find, yeah, find
find
worker report.
candidates.
Searching
I
for
heard
searching
find
for
candidates means there will be all the candidates who have applied, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
in a similar way, workers means all the employees of the
employees.
organization will be present in that report.
Employees,
Okay,
yeah.
it is. Yeah, it is generally for comparison, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Comparison of objects. And by objects, what I mean, what are objects in Workday? How we can identify objects in Workday?
So Workday is an object related tool,
Object
right? I mean,
oriented thing. I
Yes.
think everything
everything
in
is an
the
object.
data is stored is defined as object, like superg, location,
Mm-hmm.
BP.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how we can means we come to know whether this is a object or not in Workday. Definitely, there are not everything which is object based. We can do it by seeing if there is a blue link attached to it. If it's a blue link, it's an object. Like if you
Okay.
click on the subordinate and see its subordinate, and when you hover over the subordinate, you will see a blue link coming up.
Yeah, yeah,
It will
true.
redirect to some other page.
Okay.
So it is an object.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah. So generally, a worker is assigned to which all objects?
Supergs.
So box for sure, and then locations.
Yeah, locations. Attached means locations also. Cost
Yeah.
centers.
They come under primary objects. So we have position attached to a worker, security group, then compensation related things, and primary objects. And these objects, these basic objects, are further attached to some other components, like compensation is attached to some other relatable objects, right?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Position is attached to some other relatable objects like roles and job profile.
Yeah.
True.
That's right.
Yeah. So
That's a
object
related
management.
business of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then I have a lot of questions to ask. We'll do it this regularly. It's a nice activity.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure,
Mm.
Shilpa, sure.
Then there are various reports also in compensation. Okay. So allowance plan. What is the criteria for differentiating an allowance plan?
It should be like, I think it should be either amount based or unit based.
Just one hint, compensation element is what for allowance plan?
What is the compensation element for allowance plan?
So is it a part of compensation plan, allowance plan?
Is a part, yeah.
Yeah, it's a part.
A part of.
There are various other plans also, merit and stock.
Correct.
Stock plans, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is the compensation element for salary?
Base.
Base pay.
Base pay,
Base pay.
correct.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you are asking the term which exactly defines the allowance plan.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And
that
it is
we did not
mandatory.
understand.
Okay, so like car allowance, for everything we select, there should be a allowance definitely.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
definitely.
okay, I got you. And Shilpa, one more
Okay.
thing, for the consolidated approval, I just want to confirm one thing. Is it that we are going to consolidate all the approvals on the same management level?
Management level, it is not mandatory, but yes,
Okay.
we have to group who will be involved
Yeah.
for that security group.
Just to group who all are needed for that approval, we are going to say that is as consolidated approval.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. And where we define the eligibility rule for compensation, where all we can define.
In condition rules, using the compensation eligibility rules task.
No, I mean to say we define it over a package, right? First, we
Yeah.
define it on package.
Package.
Then, where we
And
define,
allowance also we can do. Can do an allowance also.
yeah, correct. Very nice. On the plans,
And
we can define. Do we
all,
define on
yeah.
grade profiles?
No, we cannot. There's nothing.
Eligibility
I think
rules
yes,
will define them.
Sorry,
we do.
how we can define it?
Eligibility rules, we can just define eligibility rules and nothing related to compensation. But we will give the what do you say, base pay range. We will give the range in the compensation grade profiles.
Okay, so now you know the difference between validation rule, eligibility rule, and condition rule, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So eligibility rules are always applied to a compensation. And condition rule is applied to a step of a BP. And validation rule is applied at the initiation step in order to get into a BP.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the way of applying validation rule is similar as we apply the condition rule. It is just that it will be called a validation rule.
And that will be in the first step, right? Initiation step.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
We'll go to
So
the related actions, and that is where we'll see this, right? Validity rule.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, correct. Okay. So let's discuss something. Are you getting late or what?
No, we are
I'm
okay.
fine totally.
Yeah, we are fine.
Okay. Okay, let's discuss something about security. So what all components are there in security?
Domain secure means in the sense what all we are going to see in that security means we are going to see
Yeah,
security
means
policies, security groups,
Domain.
and yeah, domains. The domains where we are going to give access.
And
Roles, we are going to see roles a lot.
hmm,
policy.
yeah. Okay, just a second. Okay, so whenever a particular security group is not populated, right, in the participation list or anyway, then we have to check the security always, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And add. If needed.
Then while creating user-based security group, why we defined means how we create user-based security group first?
So user base is system-wide security group. That person will be able to manage anything throughout the tenant, right? Like giving access to confidential groups and everything. And role-based is specific to that particular role. So I think creation is just the same, right? Create security group. We have to select. We want to
Yeah,
choose a
we select a particular user-based security group and then go ahead.
same thing, right?
So what if we don't select the administered by security group field while creating user-based security group?
Administered by
Security group, there's a field, right?
yeah.
Actually,
So
I don't think we created a user-based security group.
okay,
Yeah, so we
We
don't.
created role-based security groups.
okay. Generally, user-based security groups are for admin access, right?
Yeah,
So over there, we have to define under the administered by security group one option called security administrator. If we don't
Oh,
define it, then no person can be assigned to this user-based security. It's okay. Okay. Then role-based security group, first we have to do the maintain assignable role, right?
yeah, that's true.
yes, we have to.
And then security, create security. And how we can assign the role-based security group?
We have to go to the superorg and say assign role.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And do you know, can we proxy everybody in the tenant?
It will depend, right? What
Tenant, I think yes.
it will depend.
Okay, there's one option also. I don't remember the task name, but over there we define whether all the implementers will have the access or implementers with this particular location will have the access to proxy this particular person. Means you will be able to see the person, but you won't be able to proxy. So not everybody is
Correct.
given the but in DPT2 tenant,
Yeah.
every implementer is given the access.
Yeah. And once the
And
account is created for that person, we will be able to proxy that person.
Okay, okay. So while, yeah, correct. So while
and
creating, Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I was asking a general question. Being implementers, do we need to proxy as others?
Yeah, definitely we have to, in order
Okay.
to check, in order to check and
Yeah,
set some configuration for that particular
yeah, I think you
security.
mentioned it somewhere. I was not sure if it happens in like real projects. Okay.
We implementers, yes, we do it as well. Like for example, requisition.
Yeah,
Requisition cannot be created by implementers. It is always created by recruiters.
you're right.
Okay. Okay.
That's the box and record.
So till now, whatever we have learned in like in our trainings, all these things we will be doing, right? Implementers will be doing.
Yeah, yeah, everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Yeah, because I was not very sure about the interview part when we are discussing interview part, right? So it looks like we have to schedule interviews,
Mm,
which is a job of a recruiter. So I'm still not clear on that bit actually. I'm trying to
okay.
visualize that why will
What
implementers
implement?
schedule interview?
So, in order to schedule an interview, means set up the interview date and every other detail, we have to first behave like an interview scheduler, and then we will be able to have the access related to that security group. Implementers don't have the access of each and every security group. That is why domain policy and everything comes into picture.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
But then, there are like, for example, if we have like for one requisition, there could be like 30 candidates, 40 candidates applying, right? So is it
Yes,
like we have to schedule 40 interviews?
yes,
40
yes,
into
we
3,
have to.
40 into 3, 120. 40 into 3, 120 interviews, which means like all the stages, right? Three stages at
Yes.
least.
Yeah, means we
Okay.
have selected three types of interviews, right? So yes, it
Yeah,
could
that
be
is what.
possible that
120.
all these three interviews take place in one day. It could be possible, but interview scheduler has to make the changes.
And we will become like interview schedulers, right? We will proxy as them. Oh,
Yes, correct. So then, for a particular recruiter, if he's creating a particular requisition and certain candidates are applying over there, then it might be the case that other recruiter won't be able to see those candidates and requisition.
mhm.
The client may
Okay.
ask this kind of requirement. Generally, if you have the recruiter access, all kind of job requisitions are available. Okay. So, we'll keep on having such sessions more for
We,
recruitment also.
we, yeah, so we will be doing proxy as recruiters also.
Yeah, so our current tenant access, I think the person from where we are logged in is also a recruiter. Let me check.
Okay. No, I'm just generally asking
He's
as
asking
a
in
real
the
time
industry point of view.
industry, real time scenario. Do we need to log in as recruiters as well?
Yeah, yeah, we have to.
Like,
Yes.
oh, so which means that there is no real recruiter in industry. It will be implementers in Workday who will be doing the task.
No, no, we are configuring it. Now, what recruiter will do, he will have his own set of credentials and he will log in into the Workday and he will have a different interface. So over here, he will see a tab for candidates. So on clicking on it, he will see the list of candidates who are in different stages. He will have a different interface. Then there's a tab for job requisition. So what all job requisitions are there and uh, which all
Mhm.
candidates have applied to that job requisition and in which stage they are. So recruiter will have a
Correct, correct.
different. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
basically, it will be like a sync up between the implementers and the recruiters, and that is how the recruiting happens in the companies, right?
yes.
They will somebody will apply, candidate will apply to a job. It'll go through the job application process. It'll reach the
Hmm.
recruiter. and recruiter will pass it on to us saying that schedule this interview, for example. He would screen in the business process, he would screen, and the business process will give it back to us asking to schedule the interview, right?
Yeah, means once that particular candidate is moved to interview stage, then the interview scheduler will get the notifications and he
Which
has
is
to
us.
do everything.
So which is us, right? Implementers.
Yeah,
And
we are the ones.
but the recruiters will interact with the candidates, right? Of course.
Yeah, of course they will.
Okay. Because why I'm asking is because scheduling an interview, we would need to get a lot of details, right? About the so basically they will pass on all that front end information they will pass on to the backend team of Workday, right?
Yes. So
Got
what happens, what implementers will do when a recruiter is logging in? So all his candidates are visible for a particular job requisition. So whose responsibility is that? It is of the implementers. If we are
Yeah,
moving him, if we are moving him to interview stage, then a notification should come up in the inbox of interview scheduler. Whose responsibility is that? It is the responsibility of interviewers.
wow,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, implementers. Implementers. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Yeah. We will do the back end job basically, and they will be doing the front ending with the candidates and the hiring managers, of course. Got it.
Yeah,
I got
the process should be visible to the security groups. The flow we have to create.
it. I got it.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Shilpa.
Thank you, Shilpa.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Bye.